In this video, I'm gonna share with you 10 tips and tricks that pro players use when using the Alok character. So without wasting any more time, first let's start with tip number 1. So guys, the first 2 tips that I'm gonna give you guys are gonna be for beginners. Since the Alok character has been in the game for a very long time, a lot of you guys might know these 2 tips. The first tip that I'm gonna give you guys is that when you guys use the Alok character skill, Alok will create a 5-meter aura that will restore 5 HP per second for 10 seconds. And not only that, Alok will also increase your movement speed by 15%. But after the 10 seconds, there will be a 50-second cooldown time. So guys, now let's move on to tip number 2. Let's say you and your teammates' health levels are very low and you guys don't have medkits to heal yourselves. So in such a situation, you guys can use the Alok character to heal both you and your teammate at the same time like this. For this, make sure that your teammate stays within the 5-meter aura that Alok creates. The third tip that I'm going to give you guys is to combine Alok with the Jota character. As I said earlier, Alok will restore 5 HP per second for 10 seconds. That means your health will only increase by 50 HP points. So if you guys only have 50 HP, it will be a bit hard to win a fight. So here's where Jota's skill will come into play. When you knock down an enemy when using the Jota character, his skill will help you to recover 20% HP. So guys, let's take this video as an example. After my enemy attacked me, I am left with 20 HP. And next, after I use Alok's skill, I'll be able to recover 50 more HP, which makes it up to 70. Most of the time, it will be hard to fight a group of enemies with 70 HP. If I use Alok in a normal match, I'll have to wait 50 seconds until I can use his skill again. But in this situation, I can use it without any cooldown time because I have changed the craftland room settings in this match so that I can use the character skills without any cooldown time. But if I was in a normal match, I'll have to wait 50 seconds for Alok's skill to refresh. So instead of waiting for the Alok skill to refresh, I can recover HP through the Jota character. As you guys can see here, when I attack the enemy using the Jota character, I'll get 1 HP per hit. But when I knock down the enemy, I'll be able to get 41 extra HP with just 1 knockdown. So as you guys can see from this example, the combination of the Alok character with the Jota character can be very useful in a match. The fourth tip that I want to give you guys is to combine the Alok character with the Leon character. That's because the Leon character will help you to recover 30 HP after surviving a comeback. This skill is very underrated. You don't even have to knock down the enemy to receive the HP. You just need to survive the combat and you will receive the HP after a few seconds. Combining Jota and Leon with the Alok character can also be a very powerful health combination. For example, as you guys can see here, I have 136 HP. After I knocked down an enemy, my HP went up to 178 because of Jota's skill. Now since I survived that combat, I will receive 15 HP from the Leon character. First I got 5 HP, so the HP increased from 178 to 183. And after a second, I got 5 more HP, so the HP increased from 183 to 188. And after that, I got 5 more HP after another second, which increased my HP from 188 to 193. Now if I had maxed out the Leon character, I would have got 30 HP instead of the 15 HP. So guys, now I can easily use Alok's skill to max out the rest of the HP to fully increase my health. So as you guys can see from this example, the combination of the Leon character and the Jota character with the Alok character can be a very powerful combination. So guys, now let's move on to tip number 5. The Alok character is one of the best characters that you can use when you're rushing an enemy. As you guys might know, movement speed and health are very important when rushing an enemy. So if you guys use the Alok character, he will provide you with both health and movement speed at the same time. So his character skill can be very useful when rushing enemies. So guys, now let's move on to tip number 6. As I said earlier, after you use the Alok character skill, it will take about 50 seconds for his skill to reset. So now I'm gonna tell you guys a way to decrease the cooldown time. To decrease an active character's cooldown time by 15%, you guys can use the Rocky pad. So guys, the 7th tip that I'm gonna give you guys will help you to further increase Alok's movement speed. As I said earlier, Alok will help you to increase your movement speed by 15%. So to further increase the movement speed, you guys can combine Alok with the Kelly character and the Joseph character. That's because Kelly will provide you with 6% increase in movement speed and Joseph will increase your movement speed by 15% when taking damage. Altogether, the combination will help you to increase your movement speed by 36%. The 8th tip that I want to give you guys is to combine the Alok character with the Capella character. And that's because Capella will increase the effects of healing items by 10% and healing skills by 10%. Since Alok has a healing skill, Capella's skill will increase the effects of Alok's healing skill by 10%. So guys, now let's move on to tip number 9. I think some of you guys might have gone through a situation where you get eliminated outside the zone when your health runs out. Right now, since we can't use medkits while running, it's a bit hard to heal ourselves when we are trying to get inside the play zone. But if you guys have the Alok character, you guys can use his skill to heal yourself while running. As I said earlier, he will increase 5 HP per second for 10 seconds. You guys can also combine the Alok character with the 4 support character because his character skill will help you to reduce the damage taken when outside the play zone by 24%. So guys, now let's move to tip number 10. As you guys know, there could be some times that we need to heal ourselves when we are swimming inside the water. But right now in Free Fire, there's no way to heal yourself with medkits while swimming inside the water. But to increase your health while swimming, you guys can use the Alok skill like this to recover your health while swimming. If you guys want to know tips and tricks on the K character, check out this video. In here, I talk about 10 tips and tricks that pro players use when using the K character.